Welcome to Ignorance Unleashed with your host Salvatore Cavalieri. In just 10 minutes, enjoy no nonsense insights with a dash of humor and absurdity. Approved by his psychiatrist and wife because they agree he needs this outlet.
Hey. So today we're going to continue talking actually about the top economic growth factors that you need to consider before you buy the next property that you're going to buy. Okay. So I'm going to project here what there are those. You have seen that probably in other videos. So today we're going to cover the easy access to food and markets. But before that, let's go over the other 12. Okay. So today we're going to talk quickly about good paying variety of jobs. See, I changed this, included the word variety. If you're going to invest in a property, you just don't want one industry there, because if that industry goes bad, your property is worth less, or you're going to be a harder time to be able to have a bigger pool of people being able to rent your property because they don't have jobs. If they don't have jobs, they move out. Okay, highways and infrastructure, gorgeous property, gorgeous location, but nobody can get to there because you need to cross a river, you need to cross a mountain, you need to, whatever it needs to be done to get there. If it is no highway infrastructure, there's no water, there's no power, there's no this, there's that, you need to build, you need to do that. That makes the feasibility of the project more complicated. It depends, of course, in what your field is. But if it is something that you want to rent quickly, that you want to turn over quickly, that you're going to be, you want to have traffic of people moving in and out of that property, you need to have easy access to that one. Also being able to have clean water, stuff like that. You need all that stuff for basic human consumption, So next one. Airports not only create jobs inside, but also outside. So having a location outside an airport, let's say within 5 to 10 miles, is always good. You always have people that need to have housing near the airport. You have companies that they house their employees near the airport because they need to be in and out constantly. Okay? So airports, don't look at them like a noise maker or a smoke maker, like stinky because of the jet fumes. No, they create jobs as well. Okay? So next one, ports. Ports is not only for tourists, but also you have some ports that have cargo coming in and out. Let's say in Florida, you have 3 huge ports in terms of cargo, which will be Jacksonville, Miami, and also Tampa. The port in Central Florida, where Cape Canaveral is mostly tourists, is changing to cargo as well, which is great news for Central Florida. Okay, so being around ports increases the value of your property. Okay, if you want to see a gorgeous port, visit Pensacola. Wow, this is a great combination for port and living altogether. Okay, very walkable. Schools, people move to good school zones and move out of bad school zones. So you need to make sure that the schools are in good working order if your market is families with kids. If your market is different, maybe you don't care about schools. Let's say, for example, if you are into the elderly population, schools then will not be kind of important to them because they don't have kids. But for them will be extremely important. The next one kind of over that we're going to talk is being near health facilities, okay, and being safe, okay. So schools is extremely important for families, okay. Safety. Who wants to live in a location that you feel unsafe, getting out of the house and being mobbed? Tell me, who? Okay, there's a lot of that going on in the western part of the United States, and people are moving progressively east, and I kind of here in Florida, we're kind of the last town that gets some of them, Hopefully when they come, they don't come with the mentality that they had over there, that they put those politicians, they gave you the prices that you deserve to be there. Actually, safety, probably I should put here, not only safety, I think it's, I'll cover it in the next one, okay? A bit about health. Okay, so if available health and medicine, there are cities that they're being developed recently, where they had a planned medical facility or a medical city supporting the life of the town. For example, in Orlando, we have Lake Nona, medical city. And actually in the city of Tavares, check it out, it has so many lakes, is the capital world of the seaplanes, actually. It's a gorgeous town. They have a medical city. You have a gorgeous brand new hospital, relatively brand new hospital with a cancer center. And right across the street from 441, you have a massive, I would say it's a mile square location strictly dedicated to medical. Right there, you have anything. Anything is in there. Very efficient. That makes it extremely efficient, okay, to be there. Because in one location, you take care of your foot because you can walk, and then you go there and you take care of your eyesight because you cannot see, and then you go there and you treat, I don't know, your skin cancer. Super efficient. Talking about health, which is related to kind of safety, there are certain cities in the United States that is unhealthy to walk around because there is poop in the town. There is one company, I think I have a video of, I don't remember the name of the company, but I think it was Genius. Someone got really upset and said, crap, I am walking out of my house and I have all this poop, all around it, and I need to sort out and walk about and do all this stuff. That is terrible. So someone created an app that you can look and see in Avenue this and Avenue that. There's 3 fresh mountains of shit. Do you really want to live in there? Do you know the cost of that in economic degradation of the economy? Just having that problem. So that's happening on the west part of the United States. I think it's San Francisco, that problem is. Like that. So that's why progressively people say, screw this, I'm not going to pay real estate taxes here. Let me move somewhere else. Again, I hope those people that move somewhere else with the hard-learned lesson, now they have to move 3,000 miles east. They don't bring with them the political points of view of being so freely and allowing people to do all kinds of shit. And then they dump a big pile of hot crap in top of your front of your door, home or business. Fresh pile. Okay? So, extremely important. I got carried away. It's a topic that drives me insane. Okay. Entertainment, meaning, okay, entertainment means the level of disposable income a family has. The most disposable income and mostly spent on entertainment. Now, if the town is all entertainment and the economy goes bad, then the town suffers. Most likely, the one that suffered a lot through the pandemic was Las Vegas, a lot of that, okay? And in lesser degree was Orlando, because Orlando in the past 15 years, the economic development authority of Orlando said we need to have a variety of jobs. Now we have a lot of storage space, we have medical, we have also here, the military is also here doing stuff. So you have now a variety of jobs. So the risk, if one particular industry goes down, is not as heavy. So entertainment measures the level of people to be able to spend extra money that they have. Natural factors, meaning if you buy a property, you want to make sure that throughout the 12 months of the year, you can rent it out. So it's fully operational during those 12 months. Meaning if you go to a town, you find it so lovely in summer, and now you see a nice little river with a little fish, but now in spring, after the snow melts, now you have a raging river taking everything down, including your cabin. Okay, then maybe that is not a feasible property. So you need to make sure that you do your study just to make sure that nature is not going to eat your property, like in front of the ocean. Well, you have insurance. Does that make sense? Does the cost of the insurance covers damages, stuff like that? look at now in California, you have the fires because of the mountains, stuff like that, and the winds, etc., burn down the whole town, or one of the towns, burn down. Natural factors. Population growth or not is the next one. Okay, so what would be the incentive of to be in a city that the population is moving away? Okay, because most likely the major source of employment disappeared. Okay, so I mentioned before the town of Detroit, car industry went somewhere else. Okay, because they had heavy competition from the Japanese and probably the German. Okay, but especially the Japanese. Okay, so now the town doesn't have the economic push as before. Okay, so with that said, population growth or not, you want to be in a place that the population is growing. Okay, Easy, easy access to food and markets. That's the topic of today. I'm going to skip it. And the last one now, it is level of communication, level of commercial and residential occupancy or vacancies. Okay, meaning if you are in a town that you don't know and you drive around and you start seeing a lot of shopping centers empty, that means that probably there is a recession in the particular town because maybe the major job source went away. So if the occupancy is high, good. If the vacancies is high, is bad. It may represent some opportunities too for a sharp one, okay? But that's not the topic. So that's a separate topic, okay? So if you go around and you see multifamilies being rented out and they're running the manager special. First month rent free, last month rent free, no security deposit. If you are alive, it's okay. If you're dead, we rent it to you. Pet, you can have your cat, your dog, your cow, your donkey inside the property free. If you're gonna start seeing, I'm exaggerating, no? But if you start seeing all those specials going away, that means that probably the market for residential is oversaturated. Okay? Oversaturated. So let's talk now about the easy access to food and market. This is something that people don't look at. If someone is going to make a place home, they need to have easy access to buy lettuce, to buy tomatoes and cucumbers and the whole thing in an easy fashion. For example, in my own house, I don't know how many times, yes, we go to the Costco's, but I don't know how many times during the week we stop by the local supermarket. This is the one with the green logo. I just gave a plug to Costco, which I love. It's public. It's great. It's a great place. It's a very consistent place. You go to every Publix, you turn like this, you know that the lettuce is there, you turn like this, and you know that here's the cucumber, and you turn like this, and you know there's whatever they have there. It's so predictable with Publix. I really admire those guys. But anyway, you go to Publix a few times during the week. Locally where we live, we cross the street and we go there. But if you need to get into your car and drive 20 miles, and if you're not a young kid anymore, it's going to be tougher for you to rent the property, okay? Because you got to feed yourself or you're going to grow it on the back. Talking about that, there was one sharp developer that bought a plot of land. I don't remember how many houses they were built, 200, 150. This is in Palm Beach. But in the western part of Palm Beach, years ago. And people didn't want to even go there because the road, it was just a 2-lane road. There was not even gas station. I remember when I went to see the property, I was running low on gas and I couldn't find a place to put gas. But anyway, so this developer was pitching this in a very sharp way, I have to admit. They said, hey, look, come to blah, blah, blah community. We're kind of a rural town and blah, blah, blah. That was the vision being planted into people. This is a rural town that we're building. This is like you being in near town, but yes, in country is something like that. And then one of the amazing things this community has, that was the pitch of the developer, is that you have an amazing clubhouse. And of course, the clubhouse looked like a fancy barn. Okay, look gorgeous. I like that kind of stuff. It looks like a beautiful barn. You have the pool, you have the spa, you have the gym, you have the stuff. Sometimes all the stuff you're going to pay in the HOAs that sometimes you don't go, that's a super comment, are in there. And then this is where the carrot, here comes, here's the carrot. Now you have the carrot. Crap, I don't have a carrot. Here comes the carrot. And then you come like this. Oh my God. The carrot was right there to the community center. You're going to have a plot of land for everyone to plant their own stuff. So you can have strawberries, and you're going to have your cucumbers, and you're going to have all this and all that and all this bullshit. It's really bullshit, really. Okay? It's really bullshit because I don't see someone who worked in town, who had to drive 45 minutes to get there in a 2-lane road, now expanded, right after that saying, hey, honey, you know what? I'm going to go to the plot of land in the community. I'm going to take my cucumbers out of there wait for me to do a salad. Fuck that. That's not gonna happen. That's not going to happen. And people planting on the back of their houses too. Kind of was a side pitch too that they could plant also. No, that is such a great idealistic idea that is not reality, especially in this culture. Okay, you know that I have Italian background. I grew up in Latin America, etc., etc. So I see the world in a different pie. But American culture, and I'm not disparaging that, but I'm just saying what it is. Okay, and American culture, if you look at them, they just don't know how to cook. In reality, you know, people that I know born here, very few of them know how to cook. Very few. If they don't know how to cook, which is already harvested or taken out of the ocean, imagine planting. Planting and growing something requires skills. It's not for everyone. Requires time. Requires patience. It requires knowing the seasons. Requires knowing the sun and the moon. What kind of bullshit is people thinking that they are, you know what? Really, after my 9 to 5 job, I'm going to go home and start plowing my land. I think it's plowing, right? Blowing my land, and then I'm gonna plant here for 6 months cucumbers and the other 6 months strawberries. Besides that, even if you do that, the human body needs a variety of stuff. So that plot of land, unless you have acres, and actually the plot of land for this particular development, it was like a third of an acre. This is not like even an acre of land that you got. So you got this bullshit sold to you to charge you for the HOA fees, you know, in this beautiful building, which now is going to get older and it's going to need renewable, new roof, new pool, new pump and all the stuff, which is going to increase your HOA and the bullshit that you pay in the HOA. But also that now you have this plot of land that people are going to fight for their green beans and their cucumbers there. With what mind? So the American culture usually it is very practical. You know, if they're gonna cook, look at the most successful chefs that are out there. They just sell you the idea of cooking within 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes, get out of it. That's why it's so successful the Italian kitchen, because the great number of dishes in the Italian culture are easy to do, which the ones the Americans know here. There are some other more in-depth plates. We're not covered here today. But anyway, so meaning, if the American culture, it is fast, it is now, they are not going to plant shit. Really. They're just not going to plant shit. They just need easy access to food and markets in order to do that. Guess what happened? Within months of that development going on, guess who set up shop within 5 to 10 miles away? A Publix in a shopping center. So what happened with those plots of land that people bought and they were going to plant green beans? Mostly it's a wet dream. You know, I'm sure that a few of them planted something on the back, but it's not sustainable. You cannot have enough lettuce in a plot of land. You cannot have enough strawberries or blueberries or whatever it is. See, I'm very ignorant in terms of growth of that. And most people are like that. They have a 9 to 5 job. When they come home, they're tired. They just sit in the sofa and hopefully someone feeds them in the mouth. So the culture here in the United States of speed, growth of a veggie is not a speed. Knowing the cycles of what to plant or not to plant a plot of land is not fast enough. So that wet dream was sold to people and people bought it. And I'm sure those plots of land are not being developed, and some of them may be developed pastime. If it is like a pastime, it's fine. But it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. The plot of land is not enough size in order to feed a family. Period. Okay? So it's extremely important to have access to food and markets all the time. Otherwise, the number of people that will be able to see attractive that particular property is going to be short. It's going to be small. That's why this very sharp developer said, okay, we know. They know this list, and they know that easy access to food and market was bad. You know, for them, it says, crap, Let's kill that objection. Let's BS people that you can plan your own stuff and you can do this. And a few romantic people went in there. Yes, you're romantic, went in there. But nowadays, think about it. You go to Publix around the corner, you probably 4 times a week.